Did you know that you can actually set fashion goals? We're going to talk about that today, so let's dive right in. The first thing I want you to do is reflect on your current style. And when I do this, I go through my wardrobe and I look at each piece individually and I ask, does it reflect my current style? Here's a quick and easy way to answer it. Are these the clothes that I go to again and again and again? Which are those pieces? And pull those out and take a look at them, because those are probably the pieces that might make you feel the most comfortable and at ease, and they're kind of your go-to. And if you put them all together and just put them out like on your bed and then start looking at them and think, what makes these my go-to pieces? What is it about them? Do they have anything in common? Is there a particular color that I like? Is there a particular style? What is it about those pieces that make those my go-to? Do you have a favorite cozy sweater or a blazer that you love to wear? What is it about that? Do you like that it's chic and classic? Do you like that the sweater is cozy and comfortable? The more you think about these things, the more you're going to be able to uncover your personal fashion style. And it also, when I do this exercise, it helps me reflect on what I love to wear, because I know I have my go-to pieces, but also more importantly, why they are my go-to pieces. And what this is going to do is it literally is a roadmap for you. It's going to help pave the way for uncovering your fashion choices and your decisions, and ultimately your fashion style. Next, let's talk about what inspires you. We all have places that we get inspiration. I like to think of certain celebrities, especially those over 50, who have kind of forged ahead and developed a style that I want to emulate from time to time. Like, let's take Meryl Streep, for example. Her effortless elegance always amazes me. It's something about the way she moves, the way she carries herself, and the outfits that she wears reflect that timeless classic style and elegance that she exudes. And then let's look at Viola Davis. She has really bold color choices. She's kind of fearless with her fashion, and she likes to make a lot of really strong fashion statements. You can take pieces of that, and those bold and daring fashion choices and the bright colorfulness. And what I want you to keep in mind is these women that I'm talking about, they are well into their 50s or older, and they haven't said, oh, I'm over 50, I have to dress like an old woman now. No, they're showing you that you can still live the life you want to live at any age. You can exude your style, live happily, and really show off who you are to the world. Number 3 on my list is dress for yourself. One of the benefits of being over 50, I think that many of us have realized, and if you realize this, put this in the comments below, that you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of what you're wearing. You're dressing for yourself, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel happy, and what speaks to you every single day. Kind of don't care anymore what anybody else is thinking. You hit a point where it's like, you know what? I'm not dressing for my boyfriend, my husband, my friends, my parents. You're putting on what you like, and it's tough luck for everybody else. Because there's something about, well, I know for me, when I put on clothes that I feel good in, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. Love that outfit. Ooh, got the collar up. And I get feedback all the time. This collar's a little cliche. Why are you wearing I like it. So guess what? The collar's staying up. Whether it's in style or not, I like the collar up. Gives me a little bit of a longer neck look. And just, it's my thing. I'm not giving that one up. And it's not just about the clothes that you put on. It's really about the way those clothes make you feel. When you look at yourself and you feel like you've got a good outfit on, nothing's going to stop you. You're unstoppable when you feel good about what you're wearing and about yourself overall. And I think doing that daily can have a very profound impact on your life as a whole. I know for me, dressing for myself has not only improved my self-esteem, but it also positively influences how others see me. And there's a certain level of empowerment that comes from honoring your own style choices, dressing for yourself, and projecting an image of self-assuredness. I also think it put out a lot of positivity to the world, because when you feel good you make others feel good. And that brings me to number 4 on my list, which is positive affirmations. I've talked about this in other videos. And I know when you talk about this in the beginning, it sounds a little silly. You kind of think of that smiley guy from Saturday Night Live. If you could think of his name, put it in the comments. But you know who I mean, from years ago. Edward Smiley or something like that. I don't know. But he would do positive talk in the mirror. And they kind of made a joke about it. But I hate to tell you, if you're not doing that, the joke is kind of on you, because there's so much, oh my gosh, the power of self-talk is so overwhelming, and the rewards you get from it are just, I can't speak enough about how much talking positively to yourself will do to your day, your life, and those around you. You know, when you look in the mirror, don't pick it, oh, you've got a new zit, look at that wrinkle, oh, look at that age spot, it didn't lighten up yet. Look at the wrinkles here, or additional freckles, I think I've gained a few pounds, my chin's looking saggy. Oh, who wants to hear that? If you can't think of anything, pick one thing, just one tiny thing. Your hair looks good today, or oh, that lipstick color looks great on you. And then the more you do it, the more you start talking positively to yourself in the mirror, the more you will want that. And your brain wants it, because the brain, they've done studies on this, but the brain believes what you tell it, whether it's true or not. So if you're filling your head with all this negativity, the brain is going to believe that. But if you're filling your brain with all these wonderful, positive thoughts, every single day, and it might feel silly in the beginning, but the more you do it and then you see results from it, the more you will want it, and your brain will want it, and you'll feel good, and you'll be doing it all throughout the day. And I know I used to be like, oh, you forgot to do that. Oh, and then I'd beat myself up for forgetting to do something. Now, if I remember to do something, I thank my 2 hour ago self for doing that, because it's like, oh, I remembered to put that water in the fridge so that I could have it cold for later. Thank you, previous Nancy. I find myself congratulating myself, saying positive things to myself all throughout the day, and it really gets me going. I don't need the positive affirmations from the outside world, because I get so many of them from myself. And it really builds up your self-esteem, because wow, you know now, because you've been telling yourself all these good things and positive things, that your self-esteem really builds up. And I'm not talking pompous or arrogant. I'm talking, this is something we need as women that we don't do enough for ourselves, is talk positively. And it's going to make a huge difference in your daily life. And in fact, if you started doing this, or you start it today, or in the next week or month, put that in the comments, because I would love to hear that journey for you. And like I said, it has made a life-changing impact on my life by doing positive affirmation. Now, that wasn't as fashion related, but as much as you can do it with your outfit. But I do think it's important to, when we're talking about understanding our style, to actually be the one that's saying, I like this about me. This is what I love to wear. I feel so good when I wear this particular outfit, and here's why. And I look in the mirror and I say, oh my gosh, that is such a cute outfit on you. I mean, I would say that to all of my friends. If I went out to lunch with friends, I would tell every one of them their outfit looked cute. So I'm going to make sure that I do the same thing for myself. Now, number 5 on my list is stay open to learning. Now, what does this have to do with fashion? Well, fashion is a fast-moving, fast-paced world. In fact, not too long ago, I did a video on the winter trends that you can wear, and I'll link that here, that are like the ones that I think you should try, modify, or avoid, and just to keep you up on the fashion trends that are available. Because like I said, especially now that we're in it used to be every month you'd see slight changes, and then every season you'd see a change. Now it seems like every other day fashion trends are changing because of social media. But it's important to keep an eye on, now this doesn't mean you have to be a total maniac for every single fashion trend that comes along, but just stay in the know. Read an article once in a while. Like I said, I keep you updated here on the channel on what the trends are, so that you know and you can stay abreast to the trends that you may want to try, you may want to avoid, the ones you're considering bringing in, whether they're a do or not. That will help keep you updated and fresh. And maybe you'll want to bring in one or two pieces from that trend or that style just to keep your wardrobe a little fresh. And you can do this. There's a lot of great ways to do this. I mean, now that we have social media, you can just go on like Instagram or YouTube here on YouTube or TikTok and find out what the fashion trends are. But you can also still go and look at magazines, and you can look at Pinterest. Pinterest is actually one of my favorite places to get inspiration and see what trends there are. And what I like to do is I like to put together inspiration boards of things that I like. And it's like I might have a classic board and I just pin classic styles that I like. And then I realize, wow, I have a style here that I really like. So if you're trying to uncover your fashion style, looking through social media and through things like Pinterest is a great way to uncover your style. So like we talked about, you go through your closet, you figure out, okay, here's some of the things I see going on. I really like pink. I really like blue. I love that coastal grandmother look. So you figured that out from looking at your clothing, or you've gotten some ideas that maybe, I tend to buy a lot of linen and relaxed fit pieces. Maybe coastal grandmother is something I should look into a little bit. So you go and you start searching for those things on Pinterest, and you'll find a plethora of ideas that you can just pin to your boards and really figure out, oh, okay, these are things I like. These are like my everyday looks. I like that. For coastal grandmother is my daily style. But then maybe when you're going to weddings or special events or bridal showers, you might have a little bit different style. Maybe you're really into floral prints. So you create a mood board that's all floral prints. And this is how you kind of uncover your style. People think, I don't know my style. I've had this told to me by so many women in their 50s that are like, I have no idea what my style is. But then you go into a store, and I've worked with hundreds of women in stores, and I'll say to them, well, what's your style? I don't know. I don't have a style. And then you start talking to them for a few minutes and you realize they have a whole list of things that they will and won't wear. And guess what? They do know their style. They just haven't uncovered it. So you have to start thinking, okay, what are some of your style rules? Like, oh, I don't like to wear capri pants. I don't wear heels. I like to keep my arms covered. I like a 3/4 sleeve. I like a dolman sleeve. I like a collared shirt. Think of all those things about yourself, write them down, and then when you're pinning and looking through social media, keep an eye out for those things. And you'll start to really develop what your style is. Now let's talk about number 6, which is decluttering with a purpose. One of the key steps in refreshing my style for 2024 is not to go and buy a whole new wardrobe. It's actually to declutter my closet. And I'm going to go about it with intention and purpose, because a lot of us are like, okay, I got to go through and get rid of some stuff because I've run out of space and I want to buy more stuff. Instead of having that mindset, it's about reevaluating your closet and choosing only the things that truly resonate with your style. Now, if you're not sure, we've talked about, some of these style things, but if you're still wondering, well, what is my style? I don't know. I did a video on style words, and it will help you pinpoint, now that you've created your mood boards and you've got your clothes on your bed and you've figured out, okay, these are kind of the things I want. What are the style words? If I had told you to say, okay, give me 3 words, 3 adjectives that describe your style, what would you say? Would you say you're classic? Would you say you're preppy? Would you say you're bohemian? I mean, there's so many different words that you could put out there. I did a whole video on this to help you uncover your style words. I give examples of celebrity styles, and I give you a free printable. You can print off, circle your style words, and it will help pinpoint you for where we are right now. You've taken a look at all these things, and now, based on all these mood boards and Pinterest boards and looking at your clothes and your wardrobe, you should be able to have a good idea to pick off that list and say, okay, yes, these are my 3 style words. And then once you have those 3 style words, now when you go and declutter, you're only going to keep the clothes in your wardrobe that fit those style words. You're going to remove the things that don't fit that style, because that's not you. That's not resonating with you. And it might have been maybe 10, 15 years ago, that could have been your style, but your lifestyle has changed, and maybe the way you are is different. And that's okay. This is all an evolution. And it's okay if your wardrobe changes and your style changes as you change and grow as a person. So a lot of times I will donate or sell. I like using ThreadUp a lot, but I'll donate or sell the clothes that don't resonate with me. And if I'm not sure, I have a little trick that I do. I will take the clothes out of my closet so I don't see them, that don't resonate with me, and I will put them either under my bed or in my garage for like 6 months to a year. And if I haven't even thought about those clothes in that time, I get rid of them. I donate them, I sell them, they get out of my life for good. Not only will the clothes that you donate or sell benefit others, but they'll also, getting rid of them will give you a sense of joy because you've done some good for other people. And it's really nice to know that clothes that you once loved are now being loved and cared for by somebody else. The other huge benefit of doing this type of declutter is that it opens up space in your closet to allow the good things to flow in. You know, I belong to a few mastery groups, and we do talk a lot about goal setting. And one of the big things they talk about is that in order for new things to flow into your life and new opportunities, you have to get rid of the things that aren't serving you anymore. And I know that us being over 50s, we've got a lot of clutter in those closets and a lot of things that are not serving us any longer. It's like, if you're still holding on to your work suits and you've been retired for 5 years, get rid of those. You know, those career power suits, they don't even wear those kinds of suits in offices anymore. So like, those things can go. Clear it out so that you can make room for the things you really need in your life that suit your lifestyle today and what you're doing to move your life forward. Okay, I feel like I was on a Nancy rant, but let's go on to number 7, which is focusing on the fit, not the size. And this is a big hang up for a lot of women. It's been a hang up for me quite a few times in my life, but I have abolished that. And now when it comes to my personal style, I've learned that fit is way more important than the size. Nobody is looking at the size that I wear, and guess what? Nobody cares. And what could be an 8 in one brand could be an extra large or size 12 or 14 in another brand. It's all over the board. So it doesn't matter. Go in, find clothes that you like. If they fit, that's what you buy. Don't worry about the size. Don't think, oh, I'm in a 10 and I used to be an 8 and I can't do it. You know what? Even within certain brands, that has happened to me multiple times, where first of all, the fit model they used for that particular season could be a little bit different than the fit model they had been using for years, and all of a sudden there's a difference in the clothing. The person who sewed your garment could have been sewing a little tighter on the seam allowance, so that garment fits a little different. And even like when you're trying on jeans, every pair of jeans fits. You could try on 3 size 30 women's jeans and they're all a different fit, or 3 size 6 women's jeans, even in the same style, same color, same cut, and they all fit differently. It's just the way it is. So you really have to get used to trying the clothes on. You have to get used to the fact that the number doesn't matter. And like I said, nobody is looking at the size. So let that go. It's not something that you need to wrap up in your brain and take up space at this point of your life. Number 8 on my list is connect with a community. You know, one of the most enriching aspects of my style journey has been connecting with a community. And like I said, I am in several other communities. I'm in one for YouTube. I'm in one for knitting. And now I'm in one for fashion. And that is here in the Champagne Circle. It's my private community within the Shopping on Champagne world. It's a fashion focused group and we draw ideas from each other, we share experiences, we have a lot of fun. It's mostly women over 50 sharing experiences, learning from one another. And if you're interested in a deeper dive on things like this, it's a lot of fun in there. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Number 9 on the list is adapting the trends to your taste. Now, I've always known that not every fashion trend will resonate with me. Like I said, if you've seen some of my other videos where I'll look at the trends and say, try, modify, or totally avoid a trend. That is completely true. And sometimes you do have to modify a trend if you want it. You can modify pretty much any trend to suit your personal taste. For example, if a trend for a season is all about really bold patterns and I prefer something more subdued, like for example, floral prints. I talked about the winter trend of floral prints. And I don't really wear the huge floral prints on black backgrounds. It's just not a style that I've adopted, but I do like to wear floral prints. So I might do something a little lighter or brighter or incorporate it with some bright colors so that it still resonates with me. And then what I do is I will take that trend and I'll incorporate it with some of my more classic pieces, so that it feels like it's really my style and it just brings a little piece of freshness in without me like diving into looking trendy. And what you want to keep in mind when you're bringing trends in, at least for me, this is the case, is that it's all about making the trend work for me, not the other way around. I'm not chasing the trend. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. I think that, yeah, that could be me right there. I think I'm going to give that one a try. And then I think, oh, okay, how would that look in my wardrobe and what would I wear it with? Number 10 on my list is cultivating a positive body image. Now, most of us think of fashion, we think of runways and skinny models and glitz and glamour and latest trends. But you know what? I really believe that fashion instead about how I look and how I feel. And really where you want to spend your time is cultivating, not watching what everyone else is doing, but cultivating a positive body image for yourself. And to me, this means embracing your beauty at every opportunity, just like we talked about with positive self-talk, and just allowing your confidence to shine through with every fashion choice that you make. And instead of beating yourself up because, you know, the girls aren't where they used to be, or you've got a little extra skin under your arms, or your hips are a little flabby, stop focusing on those and pick one good thing. Oh, you've got a beautiful manicure. Okay. And oh, your hair looks really good today. And you know what? Here's how we're going to balance our outfit so that we're not focused on our hips. We're going to dress for our body shape. And in fact, if you want to see, I've done quite a few body shape videos. I'll link the biggest one here about knowing your body shape. And when you dress for your body shape, it is going to highlight your assets and it's going to downplay the things that you aren't so happy about. But it's just going to provide a whole overall balance to your look, and it's going to improve your self-image, and you're going to use your positive words to start reflecting on that each and every day. And you know, more than anything, your confidence and a smile is the biggest thing that you can put out there to the world on how you look and how you feel. So make it a great year, and I hope this has helped you. If it has, put it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.